Frankie wanted to start self-improvement, so he meticulously planned out everything that he's gonna do today, setting out timetable, hopefully that he can spend his time wisely and efficiently. And after 2 weeks of progress, he gone back to default mode of jerking off and watching porn. But James, he does none of what Frankie does, but he instead used a method that taught by James Clear, the author of best-selling book Atomic Habits. And today we're going to discuss about that. But first, let me tell my story. It was the first day of November, and I already broke the No Nut November streak. And I wanted to pay back all my debts. So I planned out the timetable, setting out what I'm going to do today, all until to the night. And my trajectory went as the same as Frankie. And I start feel frustrated and exhausted. I'm feeling like I'm swimming against the stream, but instead I should be swimming with the stream. And this is where the author introduced us to the first and the most important step to actually create or even to be consistent and to make your habit more easier, which is to change your identity. Have you ever wondered why those athletes feel like they feel so nonchalant when entering the gym? They don't think a lot and they just enter the gym and start pumping out iron. But for you, it's completely different. You feel hard, and sometimes you have to question your own lizard brain that you must force yourself to go to the gym to wear your gym clothes. It's because they have the identity that you don't. So what does it mean by changing your identity? Changing identity means that what roles are you right now? So ask yourself a question. What are the roles that you are representing every single day? So for me, my roles are I'm a student, I'm a boyfriend, I'm a son, and I'm a self-improvement. So out of these 4 categories, ask yourself, what are the most successful role models that these people have in common? So let me give you an example. So if I'm a role model of a student, what's the most successful student have in common? Study hard, they manage their time, they work deeply, they study deeply. Your mindset dictates your action, but your action actually dictates your mindset as well. It goes hand in hand. So if you wanted to create a habit to be more consistent and more easy for you, you have to first change your mindset. Who are you? If you want to go to a gym more easily, think of yourself as an athlete and what this athlete does. Maintain a good physique, sleep well, having a good diet. So instantly, these 3 habits is going to be easy for you if you are an athlete. Before we headed to step 2, make sure that you already have a change on your identity. It's more easy for you to reject drinking if you are the type of person who said I don't drink rather than I'm quitting drinking. So it makes sense, right? Think of quitting, I don't. Quitting is like denial, but don't is like completely nonchalant. You have no stress when rejecting that offer. You finish step 1? Alright, let's move on to the next stage. So the second step in order to make your habit more consistent is to actually make your habit so obvious that you can't neglect it. So what do I mean by that? In that book, Atomic Habit, the author introduced us to a whole new way of associate habits. It's essentially you're going to associate habits that you wanted to do to the habits that you're currently doing. So for example, if I wanted to start the habits of reading, all right, I have a notes right here. If you wanted to start a whole new habits of reading, so what you're gonna do? Think of a habit that you're currently doing right now that are on autopilot mode. So for me, is when I sit on my desk every single day, there's 100% chance I'm gonna sit right here. So I'm gonna set a rules that when I sit at my desk immediately, I'm gonna open up a book that I'm interested in and read for 5 minutes. Set a timer. I'm gonna read it for 5 minutes. So do it for yourself. What is one habit that you confirm that you're going to do every single day without any strain thinking? So associate the habits that you wanted to do, reading, meditating, exercising, with that habit that you're currently doing right now. It's way easier than just individually separate the habits that you wanted to do. It's very hard for you to just left out an hour of the day to focus on meditating, because once you don't have the time, you'll instantly forget the habits and you go back to your default mode. After we finish step 2, we move on to the last stage. So in order to make your habits more consistently, we have to make your habits way, way, way easier than you ever imagined. Even those elementary school kids can do it. Make sure the habits that you are currently doing right now, the habits that you wanted to form, you wanted to shape, is something that you can done within 2 minutes. Make sure, if you are a complete beginner, read for a page. If you lay it on your bed and open the Medito app, meditate for 1 minute. Make sure the habit is very easy and feel like you are being insulted. You not fastly wanted to form a habit. You wanted to keep on showing up regularly, and in your brain you're going to be wired to know that, oh, I'm going to start today, and from now on, every single day, when I sit on my desk, when I lay on my bed, I'm going to associate these habits with the habits that I wanted to do. Follow the step one by one. Start changing your identity. Ask yourself what are your roles right now and what those successful role models are having in common, and practice it and follow it. The second, make your habit very, very obvious. Associate your habits that you wanted to do right now with the habit that you're currently doing. The third, make your habit very easy to the point that even kindergarten can do it and within the 2 minute range, and eventually showed up every single day. So do the hard work, especially if you don't feel like it.